In the twilight of his years, Abraham, the father of nations, felt the weight of time pressing upon him. His once vigorous steps had slowed, and his eyes, though still sharp, carried the wisdom of countless experiences. His beloved Sarah had long since departed, and though his heart ached for her, he had found companionship in Keturah, whom he took as his second wife, bearing him more sons. These new bonds brought him solace in his later years, yet it was Isaac, the son of promise, whom God had chosen to inherit the covenant. Isaac was the embodiment of Abraham's faith and the fulfillment of divine prophecy. As Abraham's breath grew weak, he bestowed all he had upon Isaac, sending his other sons away with gifts, ensuring the line of promise remained unbroken. Then, with the peace of a man whose life had been guided by divine hands, Abraham yielded his spirit and was gathered to his ancestors. His legacy, etched in the sands of time, would endure for generations. After Abraham's passing, Isaac and Ishmael came together, putting aside their differences to bury their father in the cave of Machpelah. With that, the mantle of leadership rested on Isaac, whom God blessed richly. Rebekah, Isaac's wife, was barren, and for years the halls of their tent echoed with unanswered prayers. But Isaac, steadfast in faith, pleaded with the Lord, and God listened. Soon Rebekah conceived, but her joy turned to anguish as the children wrestled within her womb. Troubled, she sought the Lord, and he revealed a mystery. 2 nations are in your womb. 2 peoples shall be separated from your body. One shall be stronger than the other, and the older shall serve the younger. When the appointed time came, Rebekah gave birth to twin sons. The first emerged ruddy and covered with hair, so they named him Esau. The second grasped his brother's heel and was named Jacob. As the boys grew, their differences became stark. Esau, the hunter, wild and free. Jacob, the quiet dweller of tents, beloved by Rebekah. One fateful day, Esau returned from the fields, famished. The scent of Jacob's lentil stew filled the air, and desperation seized Esau. "Esau, give me some of that red stew, Jacob. First, sell me your birthright, Esau. What good is a birthright if I die of hunger?" And so, with an oath, he traded his destiny for a mere meal. Years passed, and famine swept through the land, echoing the days of Abraham. Isaac, fearing starvation, considered fleeing to Egypt, but the Lord appeared to him, saying, "Do not go down to Egypt. Stay in this land, and I will be with you and bless you." Isaac obeyed and settled in Gerar, among the Philistines. But fear crept into his heart. Like his father before him, he worried that men might kill him for his beautiful wife, so he deceived them, calling Rebekah his sister. But the ruse unraveled when King Abimelech saw Isaac embracing her and confronted him. "Abimelech, why have you done this to us? One of my men might have taken her, and you would have brought guilt upon us." Abimelech then commanded his people not to harm Isaac or Rebekah. The Lord's favor was upon Isaac, and he prospered, reaping 100-fold in a season. But envy stirred among the Philistines, and they stopped up the wells Abraham had dug. Abimelech, seeing Isaac's growing power, urged him to leave. So Isaac departed, reopening the ancient wells, only to face conflict with herdsmen over water. Time and again he moved, digging new wells, Esek Sitnah, until finally at Rehoboth there was no strife, and he declared, "The Lord has made room for us, and we shall be fruitful in the land." One night, the Lord appeared to him, reaffirming his covenant with a powerful vision. "I am the God of your father Abraham," he declared with authority. "Fear not, for I am with you always, guiding and protecting you. I will bless you abundantly and multiply your descendants for Abraham's sake, as I have promised." Isaac built an altar and called upon the name of the Lord, dwelling in peace and gratitude. Then, in an unexpected turn of events, Abimelech came to Isaac with his men. "Isaac, why do you come to me, since you sent me away previously?" "Abimelech, we have seen that the Lord is with you in all that you do. Let us make a covenant that there may be peace and harmony between us." And so they made a feast, sealing their truce with bread and wine, celebrating their newfound peace. That very day, Isaac's servants came with good news. They had found water, a precious resource. The well was named Beersheba, the well of the oath, marking a significant moment in their history. Meanwhile, Esau took Hittite wives, bringing grief to his parents. His choices foreshadowed the rift between the brothers, for the tale of Jacob and Esau was far from over. Years passed, and Isaac's vision dimmed with age. Sensing his time was near, he called for Esau, his favored son. "Isaac, my son, prepare for me a meal, that I may bless you before I die." Rebekah, overhearing, knew the blessing must go to Jacob, as the Lord had foretold. She devised a plan. Jacob would deceive his father and take the blessing meant for Esau. Jacob entered his father's tent, his voice trembling yet determined. "Jacob, I am Esau, your firstborn, Isaac." The voice is Jacob's, but the hands are Esau's. Yet trusting his touch, he blessed Jacob, bestowing upon him dominion and abundance. Shortly after, Esau entered his father's chamber, brimming with anticipation and hope, expecting to receive the blessing he had long awaited, only to be met with a cruel reality. His blessing had been given away. The weight of betrayal crashed upon him, and anger burned within his chest. His mind reeled as he grasped the depth of his loss, the sting of his brother's cunning once again robbing him. It was not the first time Jacob had outmaneuvered him, but this was the final blow. First, his birthright had slipped through his fingers in a moment of weakness and hunger, and now the sacred blessing of their father was no longer his to claim. The realization hit him hard, leaving him in a state of profound grief and anger. He stood before Isaac, desperate for some remnant of what should have been his. Was there truly nothing left? Could his father not utter even a fraction of the favor he had once promised? His voice cracked with anguish as he pleaded, but Isaac's answer confirmed what Esau feared. Jacob had taken everything. The realization settled in, and despair gave way to a smoldering rage. The name of his brother, the one who had deceived him, now carried a weight that would mark their future. Jacob, the supplanter. Esau's heart burned with the resolve that, though today he had lost, the time would come when he would rise and shake off the yoke.